Good morning, Raptors, and happy Monday. Mr. Van Team here to follow up on that email that I sent you on Friday afternoon regarding the update to the attendance policy and a schedule shift. I actually sent 3 emails. That was not on purpose. I did not include the link in the first 2 emails that worked for students, and I do apologize for that confusion. And shout out to Jennifer Agre and Brianna Dismuke for letting me know and helping problem solve there. The third one, it's the subject line that has link works in the subject line. That one was sent out at 3:03. That has the most updated policy. Right now, though, I would like to go over just an overview of that. But again, please make sure you see that detailed policy that was sent out to all families as well. So let's go ahead and look first. The first thing is, what does present actually mean? Present actually means that you are logged in for the entirety of class and that you are responsive throughout that entirety of class as well. So again, that's from the beginning through the end. In terms of being tardy means that you are logged in and responsive for more than half the class, but not the entire time. So what does that mean? Maybe you were late, maybe you left early, or maybe you just weren't there for some portion of that class. Again, that's from more than half the class, but not quite the entire thing. Let's make sure that we are there for the entire class to be marked present. And lastly, what does absent mean? Obviously, if you're not logged in at all, that lets the teacher know that you are absent, but also it is logged in and responsive for less than half the class. So that means if you have a 50-minute class, if you are logged in for 20 of those minutes, that does not count as being present or tardy. You need to make sure that you are there the full time. So again, that you also need to be responsive during that time, and if you are not, you will be marked absent. So if a student is not completing work, regardless of their responsiveness, that is still going to be part of the grade book. That will not be impacted in the attendance. So again, that's like working through and being engaged, and a teacher might notice that because they can see, on Pear Deck or whatever the ed tech platform is. If it is a Wi-Fi issue, I know that these things come up at times. Please make sure that you are reaching out to your academy dean, and if it's more than 5 or 10 minutes, reach out to myself or Miss Stamps, or have a parent call the school. Again, this information is all in the full detailed updated policy that is linked in that email. So what does this mean in terms of attendance and classwork? Well, it means that if you are present and you do not turn your work in on time, that means that you'll have the late work policy applied. And so that means that you would have a late penalty of up to 20% on that and might not be able to turn it in after that as well, depending on when that deadline is for late work. If you have an excused absence, this is different now as well. If you have an excused absence, you have grace period during that time before the late penalty is applied. If that absence is unexcused, however, that means that you would have the late penalty applied right away when you do not turn that in on time. So got to make sure that we are in class. That's where the learning happens. Again, please see the full attendance policy for all details there. Also, if you're absent, the best place to make sure that you catch up, not just on the work, but the actual learning and the content, is to go to office hours. It is not just about work completion, it is about actually learning the material, and that is what's going to be incredibly helpful for your formatives, for your summatives, for the SAT, just for knowledge in general. So please make sure that you are utilizing your teacher's office hours. If you have a question about attendance, please reach out directly to Miss Stamps if you are in 9th or 10th grade, and please reach out directly to myself, Mr. Van Team, if you are in 11th or 12th grade. Do not reach out to your teacher about the attendance if you have noticed, like, oh, I was marked absent or anything like that. Please reach out to your academy dean. In terms of family follow-up, what is happening there? Similar to what has happened before, and this daily piece has already been in play. So automated calls go out after first period if you are absent for morning check and first period. Got to make sure, again, that we are getting up on time and ready to start our day. So please make sure you are present for those. Calls go out right after first period if you are not present during that time. There's also a call at the end of the school day that goes out around 4 p.m. and that is regarding if you are absent for a majority of the day. So if you are absent, your parents are going to know and they'll get those automated calls. If your parents have questions about something, please have them reach out again to myself or Ms. Stamps, and we are more than happy to follow up. In addition to those daily pieces, Ms. Stamps and I will be monitoring attendance in terms of the number of absences or tardies that you have per class. So some students might have more absences in first period, and so that would be a class that we would follow up specifically on. And so that is tiered follow-up from myself and Ms. Stamps, depending on the absences and tardies per class. We'll also be sending letters home, calls home. We'll be having family conferences. There will be formal attendance plans, etc., to make sure that we are supporting students to be in class and maximizing that learning time there. Okay. That is the end of my attendance spiel. I do want to shift to the second part of what that email was, which was a shift in the schedule. Super, super important right here because this is effective starting the week after fall break. So through this week, we're going to have our regular schedule. So you can see right here, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. That is normal. You're used to that. Wednesday is when you are getting out a little bit early right there, right? So, what is it switching to, and when is it switching? It's going to start the week we return from fall break. So this is our last week before fall break, so let's make sure that we are working hard throughout this week, because after that you will have the week to yourselves in order to then come back after fall break. And what is the switch? Wednesdays and Fridays are switching. So if you look right here, you see that Wednesday is now part of the full school day. And Friday is actually going to be the day where students are getting are released early that day. So what does this mean for you? The biggest piece is if you are a student that works, please be sure to let your employer know about this today, regardless of if you are somebody who is working today. Please still let your employer know. I know that that is 2 weeks away, and some employers need 2 weeks to provide a schedule shift. It's your responsibility to let your employer know. If you have questions about the schedule shift, please reach out to me. We're looking forward to that, and have a great rest of your Monday. Whew.
Hey everybody, Mr. West here with a special reminder for seniors about Free Application Day, which is tomorrow, October 13th. So first of all, to take advantage of this day, make sure that you do complete your applications by today so that all you have to do tomorrow is click submit and get those applications in for free. Additionally, if you need any support, please do stop by our lunch or after school application parties tomorrow to ask questions and get any quick feedback before you submit. And once you do submit those applications, send those screenshots to your college counselor so that you can be entered into a raffle to win different prizes. As if free applications are not enough incentive, you can also win prizes by taking advantage of this day. A couple other quick reminders here. You can find on our College Success site all the instructions for different schools on how to get their fee waivers. I know you have bookmarked that site by now, but just in case you haven't, here's a tiny URL of where to find that particular page. 2 more reminders. CU Denver actually, as of last week, is now on the Common application just in time for Free Application Day. So if you haven't already submitted an application for them on their website, you should definitely add them to the Common application to make that even quicker to complete. For CU Boulder on the Common application, it's okay to submit your application for Boulder tomorrow to get the fee waiver and then come back and do the writing supplement at another time. So please do not feel like you need to rush that essay to get it done for tomorrow. And finally, please do check your email tomorrow morning for links to the application party and any other updates that you need to know. Thank you again.